History is full of rulers who view assassination as the simplest, most effective way to eliminate complex political threats entirely. But that mathematical approach treats people like simple data points, entirely ignoring the volatile variable of human grief. We can see this flaw clearly in two specific historical examples, 16th century Japan and 14th century Portugal, where perfectly calculated murders spectacularly backfired. These events show that trying to solve a crisis by killing an opponent often triggers unstoppable waves of vengeance that rewrite national borders. During Japan's Sengoku period, a fierce, nearly 150-year civil war raged. Rising to power out of this chaos was a minor warlord named Oda Nobunaga. Oda was a brilliant but deeply abusive commander who routinely humiliated his own top generals, especially a highly educated diplomat named Akechi Mitsuhide. In 1582, Akechi saw a strategic opening. Oda was resting at Kyoto's Honno-ji Temple with virtually no security. Akechi deduced that ambushing his commander there would permanently end the abuse and give him a clear, immediate path to claim the title of shogun. Akechi surrounded the temple and slaughtered Oda's companions, forcing the injured lord inside the burning structure to commit seppuku. Akechi mapped the military logistics flawlessly, but he completely failed to account for the extreme emotional devotion of Oda's other top general, a young military genius named Hideyoshi. When Hideyoshi learned of his master's murder, he was enraged. He immediately broke protocol, negotiated an instant truce with his active enemies, and turned his entire army around. This map illustrates the sheer, terrifying speed of what happened next. Instead of a slow advance, Hideyoshi initiated a record-breaking aggressive force march back to Kyoto to annihilate Akechi's forces before they could secure power. Hideyoshi obliterated the traitors in a 2-hour battle. Akechi's highly calculated power grab lasted exactly 13 days, proving that tactical logistics simply cannot outpace the momentum of raw vengeance. Here in the historical landscape of 14th century Portugal, a similar dynamic unfolded. King Afonso's son, Prince Peter, engaged in a highly public, forbidden romance with a Castilian noblewoman named Inês de Castro. King Afonso viewed this romance purely through a geopolitical lens. Inés's exiled brothers were growing close to the prince, and Afonso calculated that they would eventually drag Portugal into a catastrophic foreign war. To eliminate that political risk, Afonso executed a cold, brutal solution in 1355. He dispatched 3 assassins to a monastery in Coimbra, where they decapitated Inés right in front of her children. Peter's intense grief quickly morphed into blinding rage, ironically sparking the exact civil war his father had tried to prevent. This statue honors King Peter, who ascended to the throne 2 years later after Afonso died. His first royal decree was to hunt down the captured assassins and have their hearts ripped out of their chests while they were still breathing. Then, in a macabre display of absolute dominance, Peter had Inés exhumed. He dressed her rotting body in royal garments, placed her on the throne, and forced the terrified nobility to kiss her decaying hand. Alfonso's cold geopolitical strategy to maintain royal order ultimately backfired, birthing a psychological nightmare that humiliated the entire Portuguese court. In Japan, the geopolitical aftermath was profound. Hideyoshi's rapid vengeance permanently eliminated his rival, allowing him to absorb Oda's remaining territory and set the stage for a fully unified nation. In Portugal, the aftermath took a physical form. This massive Gothic monastery was chosen by King Peter to serve as the ultimate monument to his vengeance and his love. This incredibly ornate white marble sarcophagus is where Peter ensured Inés was laid to rest, directly defying the king. He designed the tomb with elaborate religious carvings and the inscription, "Until the end of the world," ensuring their bond outlasted the kingdom itself. Leaders can plot a seemingly perfect murder and calculate exact military logistics to secure their power. But as both Akechi and King Afonso discovered, there is simply no defense against the chaotic variable of human grief.